IP Han said, "Vu Vu. That year you accepted me. Just the king of your world. Willing to surrender and destroy this war. Then I can forgive your demon king." How to? Heard that, and the sheik hesitated to live. The sword glared over here. When I saw Vu was hesitating, IP Han came to ask, "Who wouldn't dare? Why don't you take my heart?" The king of the tribe said in anger, "Don't talk casually. The king of demons, though not a good man. But he also decided not to betray his country." I heard that. Han Yi raised a voice. IP Hanta Sao may not find out the loyalty of the demon king of your world. It makes the old man sweat all the time. And then he looked at the other guy. Prompted a faint grin. This is not Sao. How about you two surrender? That year, you attacked Quang Wei Kai City. 7 serious damage waiting to kill the area. The first thing I want to do is to be a cowboy. Is to destroy Quang Wei Kai City. I have to let them know that year I was fired. How big a mistake to get out of the IP family. The devil said nothing. Then Han Yi continued, "Your dark guild. He also has an enemy with Quang Wei Kai City. Work with me. It is what best suits your interests." Everyone turned their eyes to. The dragonfly shouted, "Don't listen to him speak ill of IP Han. Not through, we're just trying to shake our military. The devil loves the Lord. That year, he made the master of the order. To enter this new and more vast heaven. The boundary is still struggling between the energy. Han Yi here with lips said a group of winding. Then take a scan eye down. Then suddenly stupid people realize calling out loud. This is not Northern Ming's spirit youth. So why? That year, you were with the spirit of the world. The tomb of the world spirit. They're all super geniuses of the Min domain. Now, they were all chosen to go to the Dragon Kingdom. Join with the great sect inside. But leave you alone in the field. He ridiculed it was really pitiful. Make the sky dark as if touching the pain. Han Yi continued, different from the wastelands who dare not do this. Back Min world is the world class in the Mingji world. Just need you can silently destroy the great black inflammation. After the city, I immediately recommend you go into the love of the Dragon Kingdom. How could I forget to tell you? Love God tone, it is the most powerful in the world. It is much stronger than the 6 gods. That group joined. This makes the people down there mess up. How did Han ask? Is there a vibration? You guys, there is no need to directly destroy the Black Death. Just quietly cause trouble. The sky is still as silent as a tree. Then suddenly, a source of pressure comes down. It's the man in the yellow armor. They stopped it. When he looked at Han, he laughed. How pleasure provocation. The gods see Ra the seer holding the Min domain. I don't trust you very much either. I am now standing up to remind you. Don't be harassed by this person. The world can persist until now. It's based on a lot of people. The power of the mind if it's not squeezed into a string. The area will definitely be destroyed. I thought I couldn't go on like that anymore. Immediately call the heart. Surprise him here. He immediately said that if he wanted to fight, he would fight. Min gathered his strength to shout. The dark air from inside the body fluttered out. Like countless powerful black arrows. Launch to attack Long. He felt that way laughing. Came at the right time. Then truck Long Yun rock countless ice dragons full of tigers. Both sides jumped to the middle of the barrier, with two very powerful sources. That's what makes the underground lava erupt. The earth was shattered and scattered with smoke and dust. People are terrified. This is the battle of the gods. If it wasn't for the great dusting of ashes, our gods, in front of the false chief Min Fong and Truck Long, we are like ants. She is now groaning for a few hours. His body was frozen in ice. And over there, the lava is boiling. But seconds later, it's frozen. Big laughing dragon. Haha, last time you're not my enemy. Not so this time or so. He looked at the wind blowing. I looked at the cold eyes. Where are your two assistants? How to avoid this time? Threatened to throw away. You have fled to the Dragon Kingdom. Suddenly, a group of people came screaming. Who said we should hide? A group of elders came to talk. Dragon really thinks that I can't punish you or anything. Lin Yun calls Min brother to end the battle. Min nodded in agreement. Then 5 people read the law together. The battle is laid out in the middle of the tower. When the end of the battle begins, then the tower burst into flames, turned into a source of luminous power, directly to Min. Make him feel empowered right now. Then bring your hand to the fire. It sent out a powerful jet of black air straight into the sky. Dark stream of inflammation like a sword, straight to the boundary. Fight towards Long. But he calmly looked at it. The face has changed. Min over here, the power of the fire of the patriots, causing them to be hit by fire. But horror is gaping open. For a few seconds in the sea, the fire is burning. Truck Long when facing the dark air. Laugh again, haha. Tell me you came at the right time. He opened his mouth wide with his fangs sticking out his tongue. He became an ice dragon. Then ask yourself if this is your trump card. I then blew my mouth out of the air. Immediately blows out the black air in front. And then it's a blast of light to neutralize the dark air that lights up this place. Make Min hear itchy people amazed. Hurry up with your body. When the power of Korea is so strong, it's all over this place. Then suddenly a nuclear bomb explodes horribly. The smoke is thick. Min immediately tends down. Body injury that spits blood and mouth. The elders with Lin Yun below, also affected. I want to fall. The panic called me. They came to get him. I try to say I'm not. He looked up at the border and asked for his first wish. I looked around and saw only the smoke. Ask him if he is dead. Over here, when the dust dissipates, Deepan laughed, haha. Not expected. The false head of the Mingsheng also has this trick. I don't blame you for not doing your best before. I thought about the attack just now. If we stop it, I'm afraid it will soon be powdered. I don't know how the Lord is. If the Lord dies, then I. Just thinking about it. The source of the smoke is mixed. Suddenly, there is movement. Long bamboo in the smoke, so distorted no hurt. Stop laughing again. It makes you stupid and stupid too. He appeared intact. It's just a hand that's a little scratched. Light smoking hands do not work. Long bamboo laughed passionately. I can't help but say this trick. And it hurt me too. The elders below were horrified. Ask why it can be so dark. Has merged with the power of the 6 false powers. Great destiny. We've borrowed the Black Inflammation Tower. The power is far beyond fate. You still can't kill the dragon. And it's not just not killing. There were no wounds on his body. Min immediately said, Long Bamboo, you've crossed the celestial sphere. Long structure confirmed not wrong. I stopped practicing Ra 8 times, and then reached the celestial sphere. Something now. I wonder if it's too late or not. Yihan ran to flatter the great martial artist. The championship that year. The most powerful spirit of mankind. It's just the ultimate destiny. In front of him is like a worm. Long said earlier, hide the real power, it's just to lure you out. I can't believe the 6 great gods sending Gao to this world of small spirits. I really care about the dragon boat. If that's the case, you're all going to die. He held out his hand and his eyes glowed. Transport out welding air coil. Quickly, the welding of the LAN tape into the boundary cover. A scary bearded guy, says the celestial realm. Why is it possible? This long. SAO can break through the celestial sphere. In the world of the little spirit. To shout out to the celestial world. We can't all win together. Everyone is horrified to look at the boundary of black inflammation. The border is about to freeze. The world is really 7 players, SAO. Dressed for a few seconds. Then he said, open up the dragon's gate. What did the dumb old man ask? He hurriedly said, if you can go, go. Let me cover the back. I looked down at everyone below for the last time. Then the momentum spikes. Make truck long surprised people. When you realize that resources are coming, it's the power of action. Quickly, black air streams from afar converge on the boundary. Min screamed for an hour, and emits a blue gas that mixes with the black gas. Silly people who realize he's burning his magic. Lin Yan shouted at Min, are you crazy? Why are you doing this? Even if you can stop the dragon. But you yourself will die. Min answered me bluntly, born from the Holy Land. Except for the time spent practicing in Vu, then Ra. My whole life in this world. To die here is where I come from. He said he just burned himself. Min Lao came, and remind you to move quickly. He's flying people. Straight tone out of bounds. Dragon, now raise your hand. He laughed and said he didn't know. Min was immediately covered with ice. It's amazing that my body can't move. Long Bamboo laughed, haha, glanced at him, and said, you made me wait so long. How could I let you run away? He then gave the other hand to block the passage. It makes everyone panic. People are screaming lava ice. The whole world, it's all covered in Trucklong's magic. Long Bamboo laughed out loud, haha, full of excitement. Down the line to bright eyes shining straight down. The power immediately shot straight to the border. Quickly, the black inflammation of the boundary was crumbling. The broken pieces fall down, make the crowd stunned. It's like their hope of survival is gone. Han Yi excitedly ordered the animals to kill me. The animals came screaming furiously. People are screaming, it's not okay. The masters are already under the control of Dragon. Welcome to war. But the monsters are huge and powerful. If they rush, an AI can stop them. People try to use force to stop it. But it's all nonsense. The carnage bodies lying on the ground. The animals don't stop killing the people in front of them. In an easy way. Others looked at the terror and said, this is not a fight. This is the slaughter of a roof. I was scared to tell you what a joke. Hurry up to the king of demons. I will follow you. He said he hit the guy next to him in the face. Make the mule clench its teeth. The demon king of your family. But the demon king rushed to kill them. To save lives. Nie saw that, laughing, ha. A bunch of idiots. Oops, what do I need you to do now? He said he reached out his hand. Use your power to capture the demon king. They distort their bodies. Then he held his hand. Then immediately, the demon kings broke flesh. It makes IP Han extremely happy to laugh, haha. Dashed down to declare the world heritage. Next, it's your turn. The people of Ngok and looked confused. When he does that, a trick. They can destroy demons. Then the sword screeched to remind him of his arrival. I looked over and realized it wasn't okay. Your Majesty. The dragon laughed and said it took a lot of time. 9 insects from the earth have been sealed by me. Now is not the time to worry about others. Waiting for Min Kai village. Your work is long bamboo. I am absolutely worthy. Lord of this small world. That is, he threw the ice cap to say goodbye to Min. Look at that hand coming. Min can't resist right now. The elders below are bound. It is painful to call Min. The people below shouted, Lord. In 1,000 pounds hanging armpit hairs. Then suddenly, a source of gold came. He was lucky enough to save his life. His hand was immediately cut off. It made Truck Long stupid, who looked at the puzzled hand. What's going on? Then the rain of fire fell violently. That makes the animals burn. Everyone was stunned. There was fire in the sky and the animals died. The next day, IP Han was hit by yellow gas. It made him wonder who it was. Quickly, 2 streams of air passed in front of the long bamboo. Make him stupid. I wonder what the twist is. In the blink of an eye, it's gone. This speed makes me not react in time. Who is this person? Here, the photographer has embodied the Min. Then asked the master, are you okay? Long asked to look. When I arrived at the palace, the sword below rejoiced. Call your brother. At this point, the doctor hurriedly took out the medicine. This is the holy potion of the soul. Min was surprised to ask the photographer, Sao. The elders below were astonished and spoke words. And IP Han, Akai recognized this boy. Come to Truck Long. His face is now dark. And then I saw the wind blowing. But laugh out loud, haha. I thought it was a dance. It didn't take any effort to find it. Waiting for you and your God. We can get 10. All the rules in the world. To become the true God of the world. He said he was laughing. But there's a bit of thinking. But the dance was a little earlier. Has broken his dynamic force. Look how many years have passed. Her power also increased a lot. I saw her cheeky gas and swallowed my saliva. What a reassuring joke. But in the real low. It's because I think too much. The spirits of the world, the little spirit. Located in Long, the sky is the same as the sky. Now I have entered the celestial sphere. Even if you practice to the limit, I can be your opponent. Min here in pain, hugging back, moaning endlessly. But in a moment, I was surprised. When the wound that I burned, the magic formed. And in the blink of an eye, it's completely healed. Then I felt full of energy. Turn to the photographer. Why are you back here? Go back to the mountain below. But the photographer confidently said that there are students here. AI can't hurt people today, either. It makes you wonder. The photographer now looks straight down. The scene below. People are trying to heal. Other injured people. I think Ra is like that. The life before Kwang Wei Kai City was destroyed. Why didn't the defender of the vault take action? I finally solved it. That is, the photographer glared furiously at the dragon. He and IP Han are burning up their energy. I think I'm the boss. IP Han was blushing when he suddenly froze and flew away. Go back to the photographer and laugh. You are such a big but beautiful girl. God knows these years. How deep is my hatred for the regent? I hate not eating his flesh every day. Who ever thought that? The devil has left the world. Now he finds himself at the door. The photographer asked cold. You betrayed Kwang Wei Kai City. Betrayal of the human body. There should be no shame. But IP Han with a shy face asked shame. What is it, haha? You have destroyed everything in my life. If not you, maybe we could fall down this road. You came at the right time. The fight between you and me should be over. He tore off his shirt and came running. Use strong gas welding speed straight ejection. It scares everyone below. Hold your head and say space is about to crack. And yelled the sword to remind the photographer to be careful. IP Han has broken through to the heavenly realm. Hurry up and dodge. Min also anxiously ran to tell the photographer to get away. Not good, but the photographer calmly stood still. A quick place. IP Han's punch came close to his striker Han. And the elders below were horrified. Shout, don't. Then there's a bright explosion in the sky. Make the AI also have to put the shielding hand. With this pressure, screaming with terror. When the explosion is only left, the smoke looked at the photographer. When he died, Han Yi appeared laughing. Haha, photographer. Even if you choose, they will go to the Dragon Kingdom. It was the last. I will not die in the hands of my brother. Or Sao. But a second later, he screamed. Make people curious down there. What did Han see? What is this reaction? Some people say there is smoke. But a right in Sao has smoke. But in the smoke, Vong Dong photographer appeared to ask IP Han. What you said I didn't hear. Or do you say it again? That's one of Han's last words. I only use one finger. It could have been stopped easily. It makes everyone open their mouths. Even the dragon is surprised. Then look through. And Min rolled his eyes in amazement. Not expected. At this moment, the soul of the world says it is impossible. He flew 100 meters away. Then angrily say, it's impossible. I have broken the old man's spirit. Mixed spirit. And hunting down so many fake secrets. An early VI body was the peak of heaven's destiny. How can you stop my attack? Crazy dog blood out of all the power. Monastic chaos paralyzing theocracy. He threw so many blows. But the photographer stood staring at. And then he dodged it all. Make IP Han again confused. He bent his heart and hit. But the photographer dodged and leisurely asked IP Han. This is your breakthrough these years. It's too weak. Those punches are basically twisted to do nothing to the photographer. It's just like a cat playing with a mouse. It makes you jump back in a hurry. Surprised everyone below. Asked so gently, "This photographer, what level did you finally cultivate to?" At this time, Nie Li above is breathing robustly, like a dog running in his street. "Put your hands up and look." And then he screamed in a fit of rage and dragged out the mess of the servant. And immediately used these purple spheres. Attack to Regency. Innumerable balls are piled on him. It makes everyone panic. This trick absolutely cannot be avoided, as the purple spheres come closer to detachment. It makes people look at it and scream. I thought this trip was over. Suddenly, he reached out his hand. Gently, the black splashed all these purple spheres. Just for a moment, every shot has been shot into the sky by the photographer. It makes people look up. In the sky, there's a lot of noise like fireworks on New Year's Eve. Even Min gave his hand, shielded from the power of the search sphere. But the devil appeared in front of the fire. Strictly call IP Han. You only have a little bit of that. They say you killed so many people. It's because of a little power, not worth mentioning on your own. Why make IP Han Aka shout? Based on what I say, the old man's been dead for years. To monopolize the chaotic practice should not be. Should be annexed or SAO. Glancing down at the bottom, they say there are these ants. The meaning they live. It's about being our nutrient. And he said, there's a burst of power. Soaring up high. The purple sphere is rolling in the air. It's very exciting. The giant orb appears to want to destroy this place. Han told me to see what you did. I will destroy you and the 9 dead. And he threw that orb and said, go to hell. But the photographer is very calm. Look at this trick, then blow out your mouth. And yet, it's gently pushing the ball back up. Lao's sphere straight to Han IP. It made him confused, and he said no. And so, IP Han was killed by his own power. Beaten for flying color. He begged for help and called Master Dragon to save me. But the dragon here only knows how to look stupid. Look at your servant. And soared back to the golden stream, sweating profusely. Turn your face to. Look at the photographer who is calm. The color is wrong. 36 kilos of sand is running high. He threw his hat to work. Stupid people ask how to run. In the sky, the blast thundered bright. Then the photographer thought, kindness to the enemy. It's being cruel to yourself. For all the people in the world of the little spirit, I shouldn't have mercy. Then he looked at the dragon that was running away. But the cold quickly blocked his way. She said, good luck, Vu. You didn't say that you were my god. You ran away when you met me. Long Bamboo laughed to protect Lady Deem. I can't believe you dared to be alone. Appeared in front of me. Good, just let them. My VI will definitely increase. He said that, and then he fired out a huge gas blast. And then transformed into an ice dragon and said the boy, whether it's the celestial sphere. It's not my opponent either. He said, he took out the air and blew out the purple gas. This force immediately enveloped the weapon. Seeing that, Long Bamboo laughed loudly, haha. But I haven't laughed for long. Then suddenly, the dance broke the cover. Make Truck Long stupid. She's got a burning Deem body. Then put out your hand. Make the dragon in a flash. My eyes were covered in fire. He didn't bother to scream. No wonder you can be so strong. We are the hypocrite of the celestial sphere. I am the king of the small world. But Dance Deem disparaged said the celestial realm, Sao. I don't blame you for being so weak. Put your hands up. The dragon immediately became a scorching dragon, with the sound of 7 golden bars. Then a light in the fire came out. The people exclaimed with joy, the magic power of the world is back. After long died, all the forces of the law return to the heavens, until someone in the future can feel it again. Become a new god. Look at these power practices. I am sorry that I have taken revenge on your behalf. Next, we should go find ourselves. Say it and jump up. I was surprised to ask Vu. What are you a VI now? Dance answered frankly. Just recovered to the martial arts scene. Now my memory has been partially restored. I can feel the power of God. If you want to fight the Holy Emperor, you are far away. Listen to only. The new martial arts made the elders pale. The police asked the photographer, where are you now? The Lord replied, I am far from the Lord. It's just a long shot. Hearing this word makes you fall. The photographer speaks up. Master Thun, let's go downstairs and say yes. Under the black Kai Thap inflammation, with the flames burning, everyone saw the photographer. He ran to the hand to welcome the photographer. Swords, I urge everyone to work hard. He turned to me and said, are you all okay? I was lucky to have a bag that year. Help me hold the dark tower. We can persist until now. Except that Ra, the demon, was destroyed Ra. The casualties were not great. One of the elders said, I don't know what the dark tower is. To have such terrifying power again. The photographer said this inflammatory black tower could be a treasure, not left by the emperor. Hearing that made Min amazed. Ask the dark tower in the rumor. It's not after the great war of the 2 great masters. Infinity shirt holder. The ancient era, or Sao. The photographer explained, those 2, maybe it's his disciples practicing the Dharma. Back to the world this time. The Black Tower is also one of our targets. You're right, photographer. How is your power? That promoted so quickly. The stupid photographer said the opposite, forgetting about this. Say it and raise your hand. 6 of them appeared in front of everyone. He's riding on his lance. Along with that are the rebels. They all appear here. It made Cho Min and the elders itchy. 6 adventure against the lance surprisingly asked, how can we get out? Then he clasped his hands and said, hello, master. Stop with death, and so on. He hurried to worship with his master, and the same. 6 looked around and was surprised. Here are the 9 geographies. Why are we back in the underworld? Then watch the fire burn. Countless people were injured. I flew up to the tiger and asked if there was a fight. Where the enemy is, leave it to me. Monk Mercantile Dragon Dance Machine Statement. We are sad because we have no place to practice. Make Min bewildered and bewildered. He was standing unsteady. Complaining, it's hard to breathe. The ground also shook. It makes people fall apart. I want to remind 6 people to come down here. Just now, IP Han brought Theo Love to attack here. It's been solved by me. What do 6 angry adventurers ask? He's a fucking photographer. Why didn't you call me out soon? He dared to fight with my master. Let's see if we beat him to death. Let him open his eyes. The harm of my Dragonlance mess. Hurry up and say 6. What are you all doing now? 6 adventurers jump down and answer the master. Now, your disciples are just the top of the mountain. Even though martial arts is only one step away. But the opportunity to break through martial arts can be met without bridge. Maybe a few more days. Can enter the martial arts scene. And then he goes to his friends and tells them about you. They're probably no less than that. Compared to his disciples, when the old men heard about it, they were stunned. What did they finally go through? Long Tao Peak that is only after 5. Great Elder. He added, Master. The entrance of the world of the little spirit. It has now been opened. God's love is here. People of Kwangwi Kai City, it's all moved to the Holy Spirit. The disciples plan to bring the people of the. It also moves all over there. I was surprised to ask, many of them have been taken to the long zone. Can you arrange it? Miniature so many people make such moves. For Wu than Tone also spent a lot of effort. More people after going into the long Koot area. They all need to practice. Resource consumption is the astronomical figure Wu than Tong. How can you stand it? Worried about the photographer? The 6 great gods are just a few years away. We've recruited a few geniuses from the small world. Once brought Theo so many people. Unable to digest, even if you are the genius of the gods. The elders will also agree. 6 immediately showing off the master. You don't know, right? The Lord is now the Lord of the Rings. No need for others to agree. Except for the gods. Listen to the photographer's orders. No general god Tone, angel, and the 5 great gods. Also consider the photographer as the owner. When you finish, laugh. Make Min full of confusion. When he looked at the photographer, he laughed. Master Thun. Now the disciple is indeed the master of the Wu god. What about the other gods? It's all about working with disciples. But if the disciple commands, maybe they'll all listen to this. It makes the AI so itchy that people can't believe it. To stare at. The photographer laughed softly and continued, in short, Master, you just need to arrange. Leave the rest to the disciples. And then he looked at people thinking. There's a group of people like that going into the long Koot area. Under his nourishment. In the future, there will definitely be a group of fake powers. They're all our helpers. Against the Emperor. Suddenly she frowned. When you see an acquaintance, the 2 men were also in a hurry. The police officer said, the devil is dead. Then stomp 1 foot. Make everyone nearby scatter. 6 hurriedly turned back to the lake. Scum of the Dark Guild. He looked down with a cold face. Make long close. The demon is oppressed and bends down. The 6 captives said they'd let me kill them. He pointed at the lance and the photographer stopped him. Stop leaving these 2. Even though it's obnoxious, but in the end, there was no betrayal. Keep them alive, give them a life. Then come and talk, but death can be forgiven. The sin of living is hard to escape. You did many evil at first. Let's leave an arm. And then a force came and slashed it down. 2 arms rise and disappear. The 2 of them bowed their heads and thanked the generous Lord. 6 adventurers hold up the chaos of the dragon god of cold. Comfortable place for 2 people. You guys. Then take back the lance. The Lord came to tell the Lord. Go and get ready. I'll bring back this inflammatory dark tower first. I was surprised to ask him to come back later. That's the photographer. He soared to the top of the burning tower. It makes people wonder about photography.